Big round of applause to everybody who came before me, please. Please. Are you guys getting something from this evening? Are you getting your money's worth? I hope you are. Well, we talked about self-esteem. We talked about education. We talked about leadership. Now I want to talk to you guys about your future. Somebody say future. Future. But not just your future. I want to talk to you guys about believing in your future. How many of you know that we can have the gifts, have the talents, have the capabilities? But if you lack belief, it's not going to happen for you. If you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen for you. I can remember 3 years ago when I decided I wanted to speak, but I didn't have the belief, you guys. It's evident that I have the talent and the ability because God impregnated me with that. He gave it to me, but I lack belief. Somebody say you have to believe in somebody else's belief in you until your belief in you kicks in. Let me say that again because you got to get that. Somebody say you have to believe in somebody else's belief in you until your belief in you kicks in. How many of you know sometimes that we just don't believe in ourselves? But how many of you know that God sends some people in our lives to help regurgitate some things out of us, to help us believe in ourselves? So what I had to do when I started speaking, I hung on to a guy named Kevin Bracey, my personal mentor. And that man has breathed life into me, and I can stand up here boldly and confident and speak to you guys tonight. There's a lot of my family in the audience. I'm quite sure that they're shocked right now because I used to be quiet. Quiet and shocked. But when you have a gift, you get excited. God will open you up. How many of you know that? I want to talk to you guys tonight about getting set for your future. Somebody say set for your future. Set for your future. One more time, set for your future. Set for your future. I believe you have to get separation, you have to get exposure, and then you got to talk to yourself. Somebody say separation, expose yourself, and then talk to yourself. How many remember the book Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Come on now, you're being too young for Where's Waldo, right? But what was the purpose of the book or the game? To find Waldo, right? To spot him in the crowd. He was in at the circus, in at the crowd, everywhere, right? Eventually, after some time, you found Waldo, right? But I've discovered that it would have been much easier to spot him had he not been in the crowd. And I believe that in order for you to have a successful future, you're going to have to get away from the crowd. Somebody say, reach for the top because the bottom's already crowded. Reach for the top because the bottom's already crowded. Reach for the, listen. Reach for the top because the bottom's already crowded. Reach for the top because the bottom's already crowded. How many of you know that there are common people in the world? But I want to suggest that all you guys in here are uncommon. Because you're doing something to invest into your future. It was Theodore Roosevelt that said, I choose not to be a common man. Me, it's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity and not security. I choose not to be a kept citizen, humble and dull, by having the state of Florida or Illinois look after me. But I choose to take the calculated risk to dream, to build, to fail. And to succeed, I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will never carry before any master nor bend to any threats to my heritage to stand erect. Proud and unafraid to think and act myself to face this world boldly and say, this I have done. You got to be uncommon in life. You got to separate yourself from people. You got to get around people who will encourage you instead of discourage you. People who will inflate you instead of deflate you. Stop hanging around negative people. Somebody said that people are just like elevators. They can take you up, they can take you down. What about you? Somebody say E. The E stands for exposure. How many of you know that in life, that you can't get something that you don't even know exists? How many know that it's life outside of Liberty City? It's life outside of Brown Sub. It's life outside of Carroll City. It's life outside of Miami, period. But you got to expose yourself to it. The only reason that I'm able to hold this microphone right now and talk to you about things is because I exposed myself. I can recall several times going to the Mercedes-Benz dealership dead broke with nothing in my pocket. But I had a dream, and I could walk up in there with confidence because I knew I wanted that car. But I knew in order to get it, I gotta know what it all entails. I gotta know what kind of leather I want, what kind of class I want, what kind of paint I want, what kind of accessories I want. Are you exposing yourself to what you want? If you want to be a doctor, why are you not exposing yourself to other doctors or what it takes to get there? You got to expose yourself. I used to go up in Star Island. Y'all know what that is, right? Multi-million-dollar homes in my Nissan Sentra. Hey, listen. With 3 hubcaps missing. But I used to roll up in there anyway. They used to take my license number, plate number, and I would go around and I would just sit there and just say, man, one day, I'm going to have this. And you know what? I can't let it go because everything that we ever see is all recorded right here. So I'm going to get it one day. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know how. Because sometimes we can't even see one foot in front of the other. But I know if you keep going, you'll get it. Somebody say, don't go where the path may lead, but go where there's no path and leave a trail. Are you going down the road that's less traveled by other people? Somebody say T. T. The T stands for talk to yourself. Somebody say talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Hey. How many of you know there's power in words? Yes. My favorite book says that there's power in life and death that lies in the tongue. That you're hung by the tongue, that you're snared by the words of your mouth, that whatever you speak is what you get. That's right. So you got to start saying things. And listen, I say this when I wake up in the morning. I say I'm blessed and highly favored. Good things are supposed to happen to me. I expect it and I accept it. Listen, God made me a valuable, priceless original, and I refuse to die as a cheap copy. God loves me just as much as He loves everyone in the Bible. I have faith in my life. Everywhere. Somebody say everywhere. Everywhere my feet step shall be blessed. That's right. You got to talk to yourself, young and old, because I believe that there are some adults in here that's dealing with some stuff right here that you can't seem to shake. But I can tell you that you can literally talk yourself happy in the morning. When you wake up and you don't feel it, when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, you can literally talk yourself happy. You can, listen, you can start saying that the sky is not the limit because there are no limits. I'm going to say that again. Listen, the sky is not the limit because there are no limits. Have you ever heard somebody say the sky is the limit? That's high, right? But I believe we can get above the sky. That the sky is not the limit because there are none. You got to talk to yourself. You got to tell yourself that I'm more than a conqueror. That I can do all things through Jesus Christ that strengthens me. That I can do all things. You got to literally talk yourself happy when you wake up in the morning. So you got to get set for your future. Somebody say set for your future. Set for your future. Just to recapitulate, you got to separate yourself, you got to expose yourself, and you got to talk to yourself. I'm going to leave you guys with this quote. It's by Charles Swindoll about attitude as it relates to your future. And he simply says this, he says, the longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures and successes, than what people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, or even a home. But the remarkable thing is that every single day, we have a choice to embrace the attitude we're going to have for the day. See, we can't change the past. We can't change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string that we have, and that is our attitudes. I'm totally convinced that life is only 10%.